How GTA 6 will end is still one of the biggest mysteries to date, and even though Rockstar has officially only given us 2 trailers and 70 screenshots, there is still lots of fan discussion and even predictions on how the story will finish. Today we're taking you through the insider knowledge on how GTA 6 might end, with tons of ideas that no one is talking about, so without further ado, let's dive in. To begin with, let's address the rumours and popular fan theories straight away, as most of the community strongly believe that we could have multiple endings for GTA 6, with all of the speculation boiling down into one of the following options. Either Jason or Lucia may somehow die, or fans say that it's even likely players could have a choice between the two of them, and this would not only put the power in our hands, but it would also link nicely into the potential betrayal that lots of people are talking about, although personally this just doesn't feel fitting, especially after all the rumours that we've all heard that Jason is a cop and stuff like that. So this leads us on to the other variations. Either Jason and Lucia will die together in a classic Bonnie and Clyde fashion, or it's possible that they could both survive and give us players a happy ending. No, not that type of happy ending, you dirty so-and-sos. But anyway, when we actually think about this and look deeper, that's where all of this starts to fall apart. For example, half of this speculation is just based on what Rockstar have done in the past. For instance, with GTA 4, where Rockstar gives us the choice to cut a deal or seek revenge, with both of these paths leading to the death of either Roman or Kate. So ultimately it's a hard decision to make, but the canon ending is to save Roman. And now if we quickly swing over to GTA 5, there's 3 options: Option A, Option B, or Option C. And it's a pretty similar aspect to GTA 4, where one of your choices inevitably leads to somebody dying in some sort of way. But although GTA 5 has been very successful overall, this part of the game has been heavily criticised by fans, as it's pretty obvious there's one clear option to choose which ends in the best outcome. And adding on to that now, because I did say that was responsible for around 50% of the speculation, and the other half stems from what's featured on Rockstar's website, starting off with Jason's quote that reads, "If anything happens, I'm right behind you," which really implies that he'll do absolutely anything for Lucia, potentially even sacrificing himself. And if we scroll down a bit now, it's also mentioned that meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him, which leads us to believe that the GTA 6 story could really go either way. And if we focus on Lucia now, with the important part of this being that Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. And again, if we combine this with the first block of text on Rockstar's website, then it's pretty easy to see how these theories have come about. But I just want to say 3 things in response to that. Number 1 is that I just can't see the GTA 6 ending being that predictable, and it must be a lot more surprising and detailed than that, because why would Rockstar reveal such important information on the ending? It just makes no sense that they would reveal that over a whole year early. And following on from that, you've got to remember this is Rockstar we're talking about. They're not only incredibly specific with the information they put out to us, and they're always delivering us with new and unexpected stuff that we've never seen before. So realistically, why would GTA 6 be any different? Because even though past Rockstar games have seemed to follow some sort of formula, doesn't necessarily mean we can expect the same in GTA 6. But let's just entertain this fact for the moment, because you may have been thinking throughout all of this, well, what about Red Dead Redemption 2? That game has got 4 distinct endings, and it's the best game that Rockstar has made so far. Of course it's all personal preference, but I think it's safe to say that that ending had us all tearing up. But what I want to focus on here is that RDR2 technically had 2 endings to choose from, and it ends up branching out into 4 endings, based on your honor level, which is determined by how you as the player experienced and played the game. And obviously this was super unique and not something that we've seen Rockstar do before. And because this is Rockstar's most recent game, just imagine for a moment, what if GTA 6 does the same? And this isn't just me pulling ideas from nowhere, because courtesy of GameRoll on Twitter or X, the relationship bar mentioned in the 2022 leaks still exists, and this will function similarly to the honor bar in Red Dead Redemption 2. So let's talk about what this could mean for the endings of GTA 6. For instance, if you have a low relationship or trust level between Jason and Lucia, that could lead to the unlikely betrayal ending that we was talking about earlier, or even an ending where either one or both of them may not make it, and this would be highly suitable or almost perfect in my my eyes, and that could mean that your actions throughout GTA 6 actually lead to substantial consequences in the end that are personal to you and your playthrough, similar to what we've seen with RDR2. And on the flip side, if you maintain a high honour or trust level throughout GTA 6, then maybe Jason and Lucia both survive, really reflecting the strong relationship bar that you've built between them throughout the game. And this could potentially be the canon ending, because personally I just can't see them killing off both Jason and Lucia, although I don't strictly have evidence to back that up and it's more of a gut feeling. So let me know your opinion on that down below, and while you're there, make sure you like and subscribe, because a whopping 98% of you aren't subscribed, so make sure you do so if you're enjoying the video so far. But anyway, why do I say that in my opinion this may be the canon ending? Just like everyone else who makes up theories and predictions, none of us actually have any GTA 6 evidence to support this, but I do have some good logic to support this. Just picture it, how are we supposed to play the main story mode if both of the main protagonists don't survive? And as I say that, I bet your mind goes straight to Red Dead Redemption 2 when we play as John after the story ends. But that triggers the question, who could we actually play as once GTA 6 ends? Because nothing blatantly springs to mind. Maybe we play as Jason or Lucia's kid, or maybe time fast forward so we end up playing as the kid of that pregnant woman in trailer 2, or it could even be something more simple. Potentially Rockstar haven't even shown us a character yet who would take over if this ending were to play out. However, the reason I'm really stressing about this now is because it would really limit the options going forward of what to actually do in GTA 6, especially for Jason, who's got strong roots within Leonida, so we'd likely have loads of cool side missions to complete once you finish the main story, and this wouldn't be the first time we've seen something like this done. For example, in GTA 5, after you choose the Canon option C, or maybe better known as Death Wish, obviously you save the 3 main protagonists and get the so-called best ending, but in addition to that you also get access to exclusive missions with Michael and Trevor, and of course those are missions you wouldn't get to play if you chose the other options. For Michael, you get the weird, strange, sort of freaky Epsilon program missions, which have you donating a shitload of money and saying Kiflam over and over again, and for Trevor it's more of a sad story that has you collecting a whole truckload of Deludamol for his mum, so it's hard to say if she actually did leave or if she was even there in the very first place. And so in summary, maybe similar to GTA 5, there'll be one obvious canon ending and the other ones will just be there for some sort of replayability. But one thing that we haven't touched on at all yet is maybe the GTA 6 ending is nothing to do with Jason and Lucia living or dying, and it's likely there might not even be a straightforward or canon ending at all. I mean, what if the story ending options are more focused on sacrificing a noble side character, of which there are tons we've seen in GTA 6 so far, and just from the media and screenshots alone, it's clear that characters like Cal Hampton are going to play a massive role in GTA 6, as he is shown multiple times collaborating with Jason Duval, and we know that he works down at Brian's Marina also. But another viable option could be Raul Batista, who we've seen working with Jason Lucia on the bank heist, and it's really hard to say how impactful his death would be compared to someone like Cal Hampton, because if Rockstar structures the story in a certain way, could be a very emotional moment, almost similar to what we experienced with Piggy's death from Lord of the Flies. So personally, I really think Rockstar can make some great endings if they went down this path, just purely for the fact that each option would actually have pros and cons, and there wouldn't be one clear decision that trumps all the others, so this would leave the best ending almost ambiguous and up for discussion in the community. And this would tie in great with the fact already mentioned that everyone's playthrough of GTA 6 will be completely different to one another, so it's likely that all of us will have a different ending that we call our favourite. But moving on now, I lastly want to address those who think GTA 6 is going to be too woke or might not live up to our expectations, because you may have seen fans worried, or you might even be worried yourself, due to the shakeups within Rockstar games, and in particular the leaving of the man behind Rockstar's most iconic games, that being none other than Dan Houser, who left the company in 2020, right around the same time GTA 6 entered into full stage development, and in February 2021 he went on to launch his new company called Absurd Ventures, which focuses on creating new intellectual property and storylines across multiple medias, whatever that actually means. Alongside him, another heavy hitter, Michael Unsworth, who was a featured featured writer on RDR2, left Rockstar Games in 2023 to surprise join Absurd Ventures as well. So with these two pivotal writers gone, the big question is, how will this affect GTA 6's storyline? And in response to that, I want to say that it's likely Dan Houser could have worked on GTA 6, and very likely that Michael Unsworth worked on it too. But hypothetically, if they didn't have a part to play in GTA 6 at all, it's not the end of the world. For example, despite their departures, there were still 15 writers who worked on GTA 5 and 22 who worked on RDR2. So that being said, it's clear the narrative team at Rockstar is still massive and highly talented. And adding on to this, Rupert Humphreys, the third musketeer, who was responsible in writing GTA 4, GTA 5 and RDR2, is luckily still at Rockstar Games, and he's actually the vice president of narrative now. So I'm over 100% confident that GTA 6 is still gonna shatter our expectations and deliver a story as good as ever, just like they've done in the past. So now it's just a matter of patience.